All right, everyone. Second time we're trying to record this.
Yeah.
For a bunch of technical difficulties. So if you saw Crowder and you started to click away, don't do that. Yeah. You know why? Because it has nothing to do with politics. This is a pop culture segment and it is funny as fuck. So we're going to fucking react to it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something that I just love, the story from Sam Elliot. I'm a Sam Elliot fan. I know he's not necessarily on our side of the political spectrum, but he is partially. So
I was about to say,
you know that Benedict Cumberbatch film, once the Power of the Dog.
Yeah,
it's certified fresh, which is a stupid term. 94% of critics gave it a positive review on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
But Sam Elliott is actually he's really not a fan. He was asked about it recently on a podcast, and some of the comments are hysterical. But you had a point that you wanted to make.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I think Hollywood is totally missing the boat here. If you've watched Yellowstone, if you've watched, what is it, 1883 or whatever, that the other one after that, they're thinking, all right, let's just make as many Westerns as we can make. But when I watch that, when my wife watches that, we look at it and we're like, oh man, like they're saying stuff that we agree with. Like there's scenes where they're talking about tough love for kids and making them into pets because you're giving them too many things and it's not going to be a good thing. And then there's like just the toughness of being a man and having to go out and be a cowboy and work hard for a living.
I promise.
And Hollywood is like, oh, well, let's just make more Westerns with, none of those elements involved in it at all. And instead, what they should be doing is going, there's this giant segment of America that's being missed. And I think you were making the point that Sheridan, the guy who wrote it, is basically what he has tapped into is that through line through all of his stuff is that there is a segment of America that's been left behind.
Now you can't
that
see,
these movies really do speak to, and these shows really do speak to. And it makes them feel like, oh, you know what?
Right there, you see it?
Bad things that we have to get rid of in society for sure. But these things are great. These things are conservative values. And some of the tough love that we don't have anymore.
He was also in Tombstone, which is
that's
my money.
I swear to you, it's almost here.
It is.
Oh boy!
Kind of a
Wait for it.
Well, that's true, but Tombstone brought it back.
Yes, and so did Unforgiven. Sam
Oh,
Elliot.
Sam Elliot was in Tombstone. Yeah, that's right. I thought you meant.
Oh my god!
Here.
What the heck?
Sam Elliot.
So I actually decided to take some time to read. Son of a bitch.
No.
She got on the big cowboy hat headphones.
The New York Post took my ass out of context. I'd like to read my thoughts on Benedict Cumberbatch. These are the exact quotes, and all references are available at louderwithcrowder.com.
Oh god.
That's what all these fucking cowboys in that movie looked like. Chippendales dancers. They're all running around in chaps and no shirts. All these allusions to homosexuality.
Oh my god.
Film. Where's the Western in this Western? I mean, Cumberbatch never got out of his fucking chaps.
Oh my
Two
god.
pairs of chaps, a woolly pair and a leather pair.
A woolly pair and a leather pair.
And every fucking time he would walk in from somewhere, he never once was on a horse.
Oh my
Walking to
god.
the fucking house, warming up the fucking stairs to go lay in his bed in his chaps and play his banjo. It's like, what the fuck? I think there's a problem with modern Westerns. A lot of homosexual undertones and overtones in this movie. I made my living in films. You know that, Gerald and Dave, right?
You did at Tombstone. Like I just mentioned, you were great in that.
Well, I have to say, for my own job security, I'm a little concerned. I used to make films with greats like Kurt Russell and Bill Paxton. Now, if I want to work out there in the range, I have to get pegged by Brian Stelter.
Oh my god.
No.
I don't give a rat's ass what the union says. You're gonna have to pay my sorry ass more than fucking scale. I wouldn't even let my dog watch this movie. Matter of fact, I'd rather watch Magic Mike with an unpeeled banana in my mouth. Why does a woman?
Did he say? Did he say? with an unpeeled banana. I'm out.
No, Caitlin. No, Caitlin. I think you may have misheard him. What he had said was, I'd rather watch Magic Mike with an unpeeled banana in my mouth. Oh.
Why?
This is for people who watch the actual
I haven't.
fucking movie. Why did that woman leave? Oh, because you like him better. Look, I'm not one to protest a funeral and say that God hates. You can't say the F word.
No, can't say.
Right. No, Sam, don't do that.
But just because it's no longer unlawful doesn't mean it's not immoral and disgusting. I hate Hollywood and I hate its liberal queerness.
Oh my God.
I hate Hollywood and its liberal queerness.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No one can ever tell me.
Oh.
No one could ever tell me that this man is not one of the funniest human beings alive.
Yes. Oh my God. I love it. How it seems like he does more than an impression of people when he does impressions.
Yeah,
of
he
people.
emulates them. He doesn't mimic their voice. He becomes the person. It's
like
a method thing.
Channeling them psychically.
Yes. Caleb. Yeah,
I also hate that godforsaken podcast that made this a story. We're getting.
This is what these fucking cowboys that are running around in chaps and no shirts. They're all throughout the fucking movie. At that point, Matt informed him that those names were what the movie is about. Whereupon the Roadhouse actor doubled down on his remarks. Where's the Western in this Western? I mean, Cumberbatch never got out of his fucking chap. He had 2 pairs of chaps. A woolly pair and a leather pair. Every fucking time he would walk in from somewhere, he never was on a horse. Maybe once. He'd walk into the fucking house, storm up the fucking stairs, go head in his chaps, and play the banjo. It's like, what the fuck?
Some comments, maybe. If 15,000 of you hit like in the next 5 minutes, I'll have to host the rest of this show. Here is Sam Elliot. I really hope it's an unattainable goal.
It might be, I don't know, Sam. I think you could do it. I think Sam Elliot could do anything.
He can. He was a cowboy. He actually worked.
Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Well,
like making a film with Benedict Cumberbatch and chapless ass pants getting pegged by whoever won't even get a second look for best supporting actor. More like best supporting queer.
Would you like him in Doctor Strange? Are you a big Doctor Strange fan?
Not a huge fan of the Marvel universe.
No?
Mainly because it's surrounded with queers.
Which one do you think is the most gay?
Well, I think you'd have to take into account that the Hulk, when he switches from Bruce Banner a wimpy ass queer scientist into the world's most powerful superhero. All his clothes rip off except his pants. How convenient. I think it's remarkably inconsistent. I also think that we never see him from behind because those are assless purple pants.
Are you sure about that?
I think you see
I'm not
from
sure.
behind.
I'm not sure I'm making an inference, by God.
Have you seen any of these movies?
Well, the problem now is I'm about 85 with my cataracts. I can't see much.
I think you're 77.
But that doesn't mean I can't tell right from wrong. God damn it.
You still like Marvel.
He's like, you're 77.
You know, they don't make them anymore, which makes them hard to
save.
Makes them hard to come by. What was that?
I was just wondering if you saved the cartons.
Why would I save the cartons? This is the guy you have here. This is what I'm talking about. Don't put him in some new Western along Kevin Costner.
No, I'd be very gay. But
he does his new show out there, supposed to be on the range. Like, we don't know that he's faking his voice. Well, we all saw you in The Postman.
I got a question. I mean, what do you think about great movie? Great movie. Brokeback Mountain. What were your thoughts?
Son of a bitch. There, and that's the problem with our society.
I mean, could you quit him?
Is not everything is required to be an undertone, or in your case, overtone of
overtone.
And we just go back to the days where I remember we had one Miss Anne Margaret, Raquel Welch. They've been replaced with
guys.
One Direction and New Kids on the Block.
Your references seem a little dated.
I don't care how many times Backstreet's back. I won't be there for it. And I certainly won't put them in a Western.
Oh my God.
All right, look, I'm going to take one moment, even though I'm not happy to have to do it, but I'm contractually obligated.
Okay.
To push this queer shit. Apparently, Steven Crowder and Dave Landau are on tour because that's still allowed in this country. He's going to be at the Funny Bone in Hartford, Connecticut, March 18th through 19th. Then in Tulsa, Oklahoma on May 14th.
Oh my God.
Colorado Spring.
I'm contractually obligated to push this queer.
And then he's like, oh yeah.
Dave Landau and Steven Crowder are going on tour. That's still allowed in this country. I'm contractually obligated to push this queer shit.
Yep.
Plugs his own shit.
Yep. He's like, because we're so gay.
June 18th, you're going to have both Crowder and Dave, where you can bet that you'll probably have a few, at least sub-closeted homosexuals in the audience.
Oh, here we go.
So long as you're comfortable with it.
I don't know if you're comfortable with yourself, Sam. Are you good with who you are?
Much neither here nor there. I don't have to be comfortable with myself to not be comfortable with a couple of queers on the range who have never ridden a horse in their life. They wouldn't know what to do with a saddle if it was pegged up their own asses.
I think they know not to do that.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if they know there's some from their peckerwood.
You don't get tired of riding fences, Sam? Riding horses?
Is that a reference?
No, right.
Was that you trying to be clever?
I'm just saying.
Were you doing lines from the song Desperado?
This man is doing songs from the.
Is that what you just did?
He's doing lines.
But almost.
That was uncomfortable.
You know, just because it's not against the law doesn't mean that your attempt at comedy
doesn't get lonely out there.
is not offensive to the sensibilities.
No.
Or I need someone to take the camera so that
what did you
I can get out of this.
He's like, let me stop.
Oh God.
Oh,
I wish he had done the rest of the show like this.
Yes. Oh my God.
All right. If you made it through that whole like 12-minute whatever fucking thing, man. Yeah. Good to see you at the end of the good to see you at the finish line, homie.
My God.
Oh man. Hey Steven, if you see this, man, have us on, man. I'd fucking love to be on that show. And you owe me a mug still. God. But anyways, if you want to support us, you can find our merch at the link tree below. We have shirts and books and stuff because, you know, we write shit and stuff.
Yeah, and things.
Alrighty, guys. Hit that sub button. Leave a comment. Oh, God. Catch y'all later.